intensive brain bleach later.
There's no amount of fucking bleach, man. I need I need sulfuric acid.
I'll get some lye.
I need just like straight up, just like the intensity of the sun to burn away the fucking hatred and loathing. Christ shit.
Okay, we're still getting over Basket Case 2, man.
Yeah, so this is Merrick.
Hi.
And I am a cartoon character, and you'll never be able to be like me. Me
too.
This is Mindbreakers.
Yeah.
The show where my mind and yours should be if you watch the last one. It's just crushed along with our hopes of any of the Basket Case movies after the first one being good. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about another series which actually has 2 good films in it.
It's
surprisingly.
This one is suggested by Gio.
Yeah. It's VHS, guys. We're watching this. Finally.
When a group of misfits are hired by an unknown third party to burglarize a desolate house and acquire a rare VHS tape, they discover more found footage than they bargained for.
Okay, I'm going to reiterate that.
It's not found footage, is it?
No, I'm going to rearrange. I'm going to rearrange that.
Cool.
A bunch of dipshits
okay.
get hired by a specter, I guess, to go into an old man's house and find an unspecified VHS tape in a house full of VHS tapes and somehow get one and bring it back to him, and he'll pay them a shit ton of money, but they don't know exactly which or what video they're looking for.
Okay.
So they're basically going to go in there and look at a bunch of horror anthology films shot on VHS videotape cameras.
I hope it's better than the last anthology film we watched on this show.
What was the last one?
Terror Vision.
Oh, definitely. No, so much.
Terrorgram?
Yeah, Terrorgram.
Terror Vision was cool. I like Terror Vision.
Yeah, Terror Vision was cool.
The big alien creature.
Yeah, and Tales from the Dark Side was good also.
Yeah.
This is I find better than Tales from the Dark Side. I like Tales of the Dark Side, but this I find was better.
Does this have Steve Buscemi?
No,
it's not better than Tales from the Dark
Side. This has no A-list actors. This has not even B-list actors, really. This is like no-name actors, just amateurs. So, but it's good amateur hour. Because each sketch was done by a different director.
Okay.
And it turns out to be, a pretty serviceable film. I hope you guys like this one. If you guys want to, watch this one and then come back here and you'll be able to see us, finally review each one. Because honestly, I find this is actually worth watching, and I hope you like this one too, man.
All right.
So yeah, let's get right into it. Let's watch a bunch of dipshits putz around a house.
Okay, here's the deal. We gotta break into this house, and all we have to do is steal this one VHS tape.
Which one is it?
I don't know, man. Let's just look at this tape.
What's so special about this tape, anyway? What the fuck was that?
You're all gonna fucking die up here.
My apartment's haunted.
It's not haunted. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation.
Like you.
Did you erase it?
Okay, so stop
Yeah.
rewind that.
You gotta bring it back to the movie store.
Gotta bring it back rewound, or
after
half the shit that happened in this movie is gonna happen to you.
Be kind, rewind, and hopefully you don't like just mess up the VHS because there's a bunch of them.
Keep it away from the fucking magnets.
Yeah, and if
don't be
you
like
mess up one-
don't be like Ted at Blockbuster, who you're just supposed to just scan the box. Don't just put the VHS on the scanner.
Mhm.
Don't do that. Don't be a dick like that, man.
Yeah, you might end up in one of these VHSs if you're not careful. So yeah. You always want to be kind and rewind.
This was surprisingly good.
I'm glad that it was enjoyable for you because you were like, oh, I fucking hate found footage.
Yeah,
it's a fucking bad genre. It's pure trash.
Mostly
It's awful.
That still stands. It's a mostly bad genre.
Yeah,
but this
stands out.
It worked. It used it well.
When I watched
it's because
this,
it didn't have illusions of being real.
Yeah, when I watched this, I was like, okay, I'm expecting just pure garbage acting and awful storylines and everything, shit characters and everything. And yes, it has shit characters, especially the main ones that are in the main house.
Well, but they're not shittily written. They're just shit people.
Yeah, but they're also, I don't know, kind of some of their lines are shitty.
Well, but they're not the point.
Yeah, it's not the gist of it's not the main crux of it. You're watching basically to see, where are these storylines going? Who the fuck is making all these tapes, We
start with a bunch of horrible people.
Oh, right? These people are fucking lowlives.
The things they do for fun are they sexually assault women and film it.
Yeah.
Break stuff, steal stuff.
And then sell the tapes to pawn shops, which... Yeah. What do you have to say about that? Would you buy any of these tapes?
No, I would buy a videotape, dude. I buy videotapes, VHSs myself because I legitimately like the medium.
Yeah.
But I would not buy someone's like, hey, you buy DVDs? Yeah, 50 cents each. I got this DVD I made myself. No, fuck off.
Yeah, but guaranteed there's a couple of pawn shops out there that get sold some snuff every now and again.
Oh, not us.
Yeah.
But dude, we don't even buy used legitimate pornography.
Yeah.
Because you don't know where it's been.
Right? But then again, who's gonna jerk off on the disc?
Have you met some of my customers, dude?
That aside, I wouldn't do it. So I don't know if anyone below me would do that.
Ben, boss, if you're watching this one, comment down below whether or not any of Le BS would do that.
God damn. That aside, we still get fucking tapes of them basically just harassing women and showing their tits without their permission.
This goes beyond harassment. That's sexual assault.
Trashing houses, yeah.
Sexual harassment is is like making sex jokes at work.
Well, sexual assault.
Yeah, that's sexual assault.
Without without consent.
Sexual
obviously.
harassment. Sexual assault is by definition without consent.
Yeah, and then sex tapes without girls' consent either.
Yeah, it doesn't get to the point.
These fuckers tape everything.
Anyway,
they're just a bunch of fucking greedy pricks.
They're hired to break into a guy's house.
By who? We don't know. Fuck, it could have even been the old man that hired them to go into the fucking house for all
the man in black. Let's say it was the man in black.
Yeah. So they get hired to go in there and find some indescript videotape, which...
So they go around, they look for it,
ton of.
They break stuff, they find the old man dead watching 6 TV screens.
Yeah, and he's got a stack of fucking VHS tapes, and they're like, oh, hey, which one of these could it be? I don't know, take them all, I guess, but watch some of them, I don't know. Also, we're going to check the basement for some.
Never go in the basement of a spooky house. Never go in the basement of a spooky house.
Tell these fuckers that.
Oh, no,
actually, don't, because I want them to die. What?
I thought I heard something.
No, that was just me dropping my pen.
Not that.
What?
Don't know exactly.
Maybe it's the old man. Maybe he got out of his chair.
It was like a buzzing, like a sound.
Yeah. Anyways, you get back to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I want these guys to fucking die. Everybody fucking should.
Yeah.
Honestly, these guys are so fucking unlikable. It's ridiculous. But we do meet some likable characters later on. So basically, like the gist of it is just like them going in. They check the basement. They check like upstairs, everything around the house. And one guy stays in front of the TV to like check every tape.
So the first tape he puts in, which it has its own name, but I'm calling it "I Like You."
Yeah.
Because it fits better than the name they have going.
Yeah, it was like Amateur Night or something. The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys, they fit this guy with a video camera and his glasses.
Fuck.
God.
Okay, that was weird.
That's probably just the neighbors. They're fucking loud. You know they're fucking loud, dude.
All right. Anyways, but yeah. So Amateur Night basically is it's taken from the footage of
The guy's
camera
and his
in
glasses.
his glasses. Yeah,
Basically,
it's like spy glasses.
We're not going to go that much into detail with a lot of these because this movie's. There are movies I enjoy more.
Yeah.
Like your spookies and shit.
Yeah.
Because I like schlock. This is not schlock. This is a legitimately good movie.
Yeah, and each one of these were actually made by like talented directors and talented staff, and this probably had a decent budget, but nothing like super excessive. I don't think. Maybe like the last sketch is probably the most expensive one out of all of them.
Yeah.
Like it gets like super like intense at the end of this, but like for the most part they're kind of like decently put together and like have really good.
But so yeah, we're not going to go
direction.
very in detail.
But yeah,
and by the way, this is your last chance.
Yep.
If you want to watch this movie,
go do that.
Pause the recording.
We're gonna go
now.
into spoilers. Yeah, seriously, go watch this if you don't want anything spoiled, because you should go watch this. This is a great film.
Okay, so anyone who wants to was paused, checked out the movie. Okay,
we're back to it.
And here we go.
Yeah. So they find a dead guy in the living room.
Well, but it's Amateur Night.
Yeah.
We talk about the dead guy. We're going into
there's
the
a
actual
dead guy.
tapes
Whatever
now.
the first guy puts on the first tape, and
so they're going. Basically, these assholes are going clubbing, drinking, doing drugs,
and they end up finding
this creep. They're in a
this
bar.
one girl and then this other girl.
Yeah, there's one girl who's she's a normal girl you find in a club.
Yeah, and then there's another girl. She's like weird. She's acting kind of
looks
strange.
like a coke addict Anne Hathaway.
A little,
it's
but like
the
she's
eyes, man.
acting like she's acting too normal to be fucked up on drugs, you know.
But not like she is on drugs. Like she's done a lot of drugs.
Yeah, but
like you know what? Like it's a heroin chic Anne Hathaway.
Okay.
Sorry, that's just what I see with it.
It's a weird way of putting it. But
I know,
right.
but that's like she has it's the eyes, man.
Yeah, and she has like a strange sort of like scar on her forehead.
Yeah.
Like you can't really make out like what's.
I thought it
going
was
on
just
with her.
it just looks like furrow, like she has her brows furrowed or something.
Yeah, she looks kind of like she's been through like a bit of trauma or something.
Yeah,
like
because she rarely blinks.
Yeah, and she's wearing like just a dress, like a summer dress.
Yeah, white summer dress.
Yeah, and she just goes up to the guy with glasses and he's like, "I like you," and he's like, "Oh, okay, cool, nice." And she kind of hovers around him most of the
most of the night. The night itself isn't that important.
Yeah, they take shots. They
get kicked out of the
fucking
bar.
Rowdy. Yeah, and they get kicked out.
Like
both of them end up following them out.
Like those guys you almost had a fight with.
Yeah. Except these guys are way less likable. Even those guys were not likable.
The
but
guy
these
dressed
guys
as a hockey player
likable.
harassing women. Anyway.
Yeah, he was a dickhead. Anyways. So they end up getting outside. Weird girl sits on the floor and then like just kind of moves.
Yeah, because
like,
they go to a hotel room.
Yeah, they go back to the hotel room that they started in. But
they can't figure out how to open the door.
Yeah, they're like doing coke in the fucking car, and like main guy, I forget what his fucking name is, Jay. Yeah. Main guy Jay is like, "Oh, I have the cocaine. Put it in your schnoz."
So she snorts some.
Yeah, and he gives like weird girl some too.
Yeah.
But
they finally do get to the hotel room.
Yeah, everybody's like freaking out, tripping balls and shit.
One guy's trying to put the moves on a woman. He has almost undressed, and then she passes out. So at least,
yeah,
he's probably a total asshole. But the two guys who was with managed to stop him from
Yeah, it was mainly guy on the couch that was like laughing at him and being like, "Nah, dude."
Yeah, one guy's just on the
done, bro. He's cracking up. He's fucking laughing his goddamn ass off.
I just gotta say, at least they stopped him from essentially raping the woman.
Yeah, but it still didn't gain them much points in my book, dude. Jay was even kind of making out with her still after she was still passed out. He was trying to get her garter belt off and shit. And like guy on the couch is like, "Nah, man, you're not doing that. No fucking way, bro."
So he goes to go with
jumps on the weird girl. Yeah,
and she seems into it.
Yep.
And then when guy was when the cameraman gets closer, she starts opening his pants to give him a hand job.
Yeah, and like guy on the couch is still laughing, and like
but he's getting up to join in as well.
Yeah,
and she just says like the only other thing she said. One of the only things she says other than "I like you" is no.
Yeah, no, not him.
But just like no.
Yeah, and like before this, she was like saying some weird stuff. Also, she's like, "Do you want to go? Do you understand?" Like asking him like these weird questions. And he's like, yeah, sure, let's go." Like back when they were at the bar. Anyways, they end up basically getting completely naked, all three of them almost. Glasses guy doesn't get completely naked. Like he's kind of the only one that's like half
got his
dressed.
underwear and socks. And then
he goes to the bathroom. He ends up like just checking himself in the mirror.
And then the fun begins.
Yeah. Couch guy runs in because he's screaming that she bit his hand.
We take off her feet, her shoes.
Yeah.
And she has weird looking feet.
Did she even have shoes?
Like it was, because they took them off.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, true.
Like something off about her feet, some bruises on like around her shoulder blades.
Yeah.
And then fangs.
Yeah, because she bites him in the hand. He comes running in, screaming in agony, and he's like, "Fucking bitch is crazy!" And Jay's like, "Yo, calm down, man. She's cool. She's fine." And then, like, she starts fucking, like, biting into Jay, fucking drags him behind the bed. They go back into the bathroom. They're like, "Holy fucking shit! Holy shit, bro!" And then they're, like, freaking out. And, like, guy on the couch is completely, like, couch guy was completely naked.
I realized
why he grabs a fucking rod.
I realized about why I'm so satisfied seeing couch guy die.
Yeah.
It looks like fucking Logan Paul.
Yeah, he does. He really
but now he's dead!
Yeah. So he ends up running out there, and like he's got the rod. He's like, "Okay, we're gonna do this, man. I'm gonna hit her. Ready? 1, 2, 3." They run out, and she's in a JoJo pose.
And she immediately disarms them.
Yeah. But like they're just staring at her in this weird ass JoJo pose, and they're just like
he dies,
fucking amazed.
And she rips his balls off.
Yeah. But like at that point, I'm thinking like, "Oh, so you're approaching me."
And then her face is... No, we don't see that yet.
Well, no, we kind of see her face sort of opening up a little, but like she's like mostly just covered in blood, getting like so ripping into these two fuckers.
He falls down the stairs and snaps his wrist,
drinking the blood from their dead bodies.
Because she's a vampire.
Well, vampire-ish. I'm guessing she's kind of like succubus. Like
she
she's
seems
like a
more
vampiric
than.
Bit of both, really. She's kind of demonic, kind of vampiric, sort of.
So she gets up to him.
She's an undead weirdo.
She comes up to him, and he doesn't seem like she wants to hurt him.
Yeah.
Her face is open now. It's like a bat, like a fruit bat nose, almost.
Yeah, and then he ends up like basically running out of the room at this point.
But so he runs, falls down the stairs. Then she gets to him,
cracks his fucking wrist open.
But she doesn't do that. He does that.
Yeah, he falls down, cracks his wrist open though.
And so she comes with the open face.
Catches up to him. Yeah.
It's like I like you.
Yeah, and she's like sniffing around him and like sticking her tongue out like she's she's a snake, like
we don't
smelling
see
with
what
her tongue.
She's doing, but it's like it looks like she's going down on him, and he's like
looks
still
like it.
panicking.
Yeah,
she's like
she's not.
No, and then he runs out and he tries to get into other people. So please help me! She's gonna fucking kill me.
He kind of makes her cry too. She's like, why?
She's insulted.
Yeah, I feel like she's been like through this for like millennia. Like, for a long-ass time, she's just been getting rejected by guys. And that's kind of why she's getting, like, more and more, like, frisky and pissed off. Because she's probably been through this time and time again. And, like, this guy is probably no different from everybody else. Because he's like, oh, fuck, a demon girl. Which, like, it's not the like. Come on. She's cute.
he's in pain, and he just saw her rip 2 of his friends apart.
I'd still bone. Especially because my friends are jackasses. In this case especially, these 2 are dill holes.
She swoops down, grabs him, and we see a bit of a wing. Then the camera falling to the ground.
Yeah. Well, we definitely see her flying off.
Yeah.
Like, with him. Like, she grabs him and you see him, like, looking up at her, basically.
Yeah, but her arms are wings.
Yeah. And her feet, basically, are just, like, grasping him by the shoulders.
Yeah, she's a big bat.
Yeah. And that's kind of why she's, like, vampiric
Do you
slash...
like to fly?
Yes!
And then
she looks like the Van Helsing vampires.
And the guy watching
like,
it's just
real.
Is just the fuck.
Yeah.
And then they go around. They fuck around some more. The guy's still dead on the couch.
Yeah, we go back to the house at this.
They
point.
don't do much of importance. And the next one.
Yeah, like almost right away. Like these things are actually really like fast paced.
Yeah,
they're just like one after another, kind of like bam, bam, bam. We're not really being held.
This is
like,
the closest
in the
movie I found to freaky stories for adults.
Yeah, seriously. But then again, like I find Tales from the Dark Side are more freaky stories for teens or adults, something closer to that. But this is very, very much adult. Like this is fucking for real horror. Like
the next one we have. This next one is
mature.
Probably the least
for
interesting.
Sure. Yeah, because this movie, like, this has tits, this has bush, this has...
Well, I'm just saying, the second story is probably the least interesting out of them.
Yeah, I'd say so. But, like, it still has, like, a good twist, I'd say.
There's this couple, they're going around.
Yeah, they're on a road trip. They're recording everything.
They go to, most of this one's... I want to say patting of a it's just for suspense, but there's nothing plot relevant.
It's for pacing.
Yeah, but
none of it's for tension and pacing.
Though none of it is plot relevant, so I shouldn't really go into any of it.
Kind of it.
Well, there's the thing the prospector says, don't worry, this doesn't just have a fucking prospector. They find one of those fortune teller things in a Old West town.
Yeah, like if you guys have ever played fucking Detroit Become Human, like the weird like Pirate Island robot there, that's like basically saying like danger comes when least expected. That one. Like that, those kind of fortune-telling machines.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have one that's like a miner in some western town, and they end up going up to it, giving it $1, and it gives them like this whole spiel about like not trusting people that are close to you, you're too caring, blah blah blah.
Yeah, it gives it.
It's a plot dump basically for this.
It gives it to the wrong person.
Well, no, it's kind of directed towards him, but at the same time, it's kind of directed towards her also. Like, it's kind of both, like...
So we,
It's kind of a dual meaning sort of thing. You can interpret it both ways.
They bop along until they're in the hotel room.
Well, they go to Grand Canyon also.
Yeah.
And, they, like, home dude sees this girl across the way and, like, can hear her talking on the phone.
Even though it's 50 yards away. It's like, oh...
It's like she was right next to me.
They mainly putter around till they get to the hotel.
I really want to talk about though how like he needs to get helped up.
Yeah.
Like because like he's at the bottom of like this tiny little ridge, and it's like, dude, you can't just fucking climb up. Like how fucking out of shape are you? Merrick's a kind of a big dude.
I'm a big dude,
big guy.
Yeah.
And like even Merrick's like, I could fucking get up there. Like how fucking out of shape is this guy? Like
it's just like I'm a big guy. I also do have I do have upper body strength and endurance.
Whoa, what the fuck was that?
That was I'm not sure.
Anyway, so they end up basically just like puttering around in different places. They go back to their hotel room at some point. 2 times does something happen when they're asleep. First time. It's basically someone goes in, grabs the camera, and is recording. It shows the first guy, and then goes to the girl.
Which is probably the best, the only actually creepy moment in the whole thing is like, okay, we're filming the guy. Okay, we're filming who the fuck is filming?
Yeah, if the guy's over there and the girl's over there, then who's flying the plane?
It's because a lot of this one is downhill from this reveal.
Mhm.
It's just this reveal is the most powerful, best, creepiest bit in this short, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's all downhill from here, guys.
But yeah. Whoever's holding the camera, though, whoever's flying the plane, they pull out this switchblade.
Rub it on the woman's thigh.
Yeah, and they start like going up, like they pull the sheets down a bit, and they're like gently caressing.
Then
her buttocks with it.
they go to the bathroom.
Yeah, they dump the guy's toothbrush.
I think
in the toilet.
it looks like it might be a woman because you see a bit of a mask.
Yeah, but again, it's kind of androgynous.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to really know.
But the mask is lipstick.
Yeah,
is all I'm saying. So.
Yeah. And not only that, does she like dump the toothbrush in the toilet, but she also she like swishes around and she takes money from the guy's wallet.
Yeah.
$100
apparently.
Something like that, 120, whatever. She takes his money, and we basically get to the next morning, and they're like doubting each other, like a bunch of stuff's going on.
Like, did
blah,
you
blah,
take
blah.
did you take money from her wallet? What did you buy? Ziders?
She's like, yeah, I didn't touch
Won't
nothing.
be the first, and then won't be the first time.
Yeah.
Which is the first hint we get that this might not be a good relationship they have.
Yeah. It's there's a lot of tension kind of between them, but like it's not super obvious at this point. But they end up talking about like guys like, I want to go to Vegas, and she's like, what? He's like, I want to go to Vegas. Like,
no,
I want to play craps. Like last time I played craps, I had a lot of fun.
Maybe
so I
don't
wanna
go
do
to
that
Vegas.
again. But
just trust me, dude, your luck ain't good.
Yeah, but they don't really go anywhere after that. They kind of just like sleep in the hotel room, and that's that.
They go back to the hotel, and then more camera stuff, and he gets stabbed in the chin, and she's in love with a woman.
Yeah, it's kind of all revealed at that point.
This is probably the least interesting, least creepy out of them.
Yeah, but it is kind of funny though, because you were like, hey, maybe we should, like at the beginning, like she's petting some horse.
Yeah.
And guy's like, maybe you should wash your hands after this. She's like, no, I'm gonna eat like with my dirty hands, and then I'm gonna wash them.
I kind of assumed it was gonna go in like a cabin fever direction or something.
And I was like, it's actually kind of funny you're pointing out the washing your hands part, because after she stabs the guy in the fucking neck, they're like washing all the blood off, and then it's like shows them in the car, and she's like, did you delete the footage? Did you get rid of it?
Yeah.
And then we're done from that basically. We go back to the house, and the old man's off of the chair.
Yeah, well, he's not off he's just not in the chair.
Old man's gone.
I'm sorry, what? How'd this only get a 5.8?
Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck off.
It's fucking unjust.
That was one of the best things I've seen in a long time.
There's no fucking justice in this place.
Well, Bible Man lasted longer than the tech. What the fuck was that? Coco?
Coco! My pen's in my head, man. I don't know what the fuck that was. It sounded like a pen dropping. Anyway. Oh, that was weird.
Where my cat went?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's probably fucking stuff around. That's what she does.
Yeah. Hopefully she doesn't stab you in your sleep.
she tries.
Yeah. So, yeah, old man's gone. There's no justice in this world. This movie got such like a bad review. It's just kind of like people call this movie meh, when in all honesty it shouldn't be. This is actually one of the better like found footage things.
One of the only good found footage things I've ever seen.
Yeah, but I guess I was right to suggest this one. Put this on the list.
Anyway, we have another one.
Yeah, this next one's this one's a weirder one.
This is the Skype one, right?
No, this is next one after that is the third tape is the 4 people in the car.
Yeah, they go to the woods and they're basically doing all the stuff that college kids do when they go to the woods.
Bullfucking in the car, screaming at guys on the side of the road, fucking smoking weed out in the forest.
Putting holy water on the cliff.
Putting holy water on the cliff.
Okay, these people needed holy water.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. These people needed fucking Jesus. So, like, the whole premise is just basically them going out in the woods, doing a bunch of stupid shit, like finding a mushroom tree and being like, yo, we're gonna fucking drip balls on this shit, bro. And
like, you're all gonna die out here.
Yeah, main girl that was like driving them out there is like, you're all gonna fucking die out here. And they're all like,
okay.
what? Marissa, what are you talking about, girl? And she's like, you heard me, you're gonna fucking die.
It's like, okay.
Oh my fucking god, you're all gonna fucking die.
And then it builds suspense. There's a guy and a girl look like they're gonna do it, and then a knife comes from off screen, stabs the blonde in the back of the head, pokes her eye out, and then the guy says probably the dumbest line in the movie: "Look at your eye."
Look at your eye.
What? How?
I fucking love that line.
Look at your eye.
Well, actually, in this situation, she can actually fucking literally pull her eye out of the left side of her head. Like, move it maybe like a half centimeter to the right, and she will be looking at her own eye. But that's only for like a couple of seconds, because she just drops and fucking dies right there. And this is like after she's like, hey, watch my fucking cheerleading routine. Just some like weird glitched out dude just fucking whips the knife.
But before this, we do get random glimpses on the video camera of just people dead in water on trees and just being dead.
Yeah, we get like a bunch of little flashes. Like there's one near a wall, there's one in the lake. I don't remember if we get another one. Maybe there's one. Yeah, there's one in a tree, I think. We get a bunch of different flashes from like a bunch of different, like random dead bodies. But that's not really the crux of it. The point is like there's this weird glitched killer, and he ends up stabbing not only the cheerleader girl, but the guy that watched her get like the knife thrown into her fucking head.
And then the one who drove them out here is like, goes to the other guy, is like, hey, you want to fuck? So maybe we should look for the surprise. He shows surprising intelligence of. Hey, maybe we should look for the guys who disappeared first. Like, don't you want? And then
she just kind of stumbles across the camera and just picks it up and brings it over to him and is like, "Hey, let's fuck." And then she basically is just like telling him a bunch of stuff like, "Oh yeah,
all my friends and I died. All my friends died. It was just me.
All my friends and I died here." That would be the best.
We all died here.
Me and my friends all died here. It's like, wait, what do you mean you? I fucking died here too.
I brought you here as bait. Awful. And then the glitch killer comes in, kills him.
Yep.
And
she's like, now I'm ready.
Now I can fight him.
I guess because she thought she could fight him with the camera.
She manages to trap him.
Yeah.
For like a second, and then he glitches out of it.
There's a whole bunch of random little traps in this forest.
Yeah.
I guess she set them up before she came down there. Whatever.
Like, I doubt a hunter would put a fence with nails in it that just goes toom.
No, she probably set them up. That's what I'm saying. Like, she probably set them up the last time she was there, and then she came back. But, anyway, she, like, chases him around. He ends up getting trapped in some of them, but ends up getting out after. And she ends up getting killed and disemboweled. In that order. And then starts to twitch around.
Like an animal we saw earlier in the sketch.
Yeah, and then she starts to twitch around like a bad ragdoll in a video game.
Well, it's all glitchy.
Yeah. She just starts T-posing and like spinning around upside down. But we get basically the end of that right there. And then we end up going back to the house where old man is back on the couch, but dude's gone. And dude that was watching the tape.
And that's very brief.
Yeah.
And then next story.
Yeah. We see basically another guy come in and be like, yo, where the fuck did guy go? Oh, whatever, let's just sit down over here watching you one.
Then we get the Skype one.
Yeah. Which, Skype one's it. Everyone's okay.
It's one of the most unpleasant because of the digging in the arm.
Oh yeah, you got fucking tripped out from that one.
Well, it freaks me out because it looked real.
But we get just girl digging around in her arm after she's talking about a bump and hearing noises in her apartment.
And then we see a glow-in-the-dark ghost kid. This one is hard to explain because even I don't know what the fuck happened in this one.
Yeah, I kind of describe it as girl is talking to guy, boyfriend / doctor-ish.
Well, it's her boyfriend, but he's also her doctor. Well, a doctor.
Yeah, a doctor, her doctor, whatever. He
doctor, my
practices
doctor.
the medicine. And he ends up basically, like, she ends up, like, showing him around her new house. And apparently he lives far away.
Mm.
And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll take a look at your bump next time I see you. You know?
Mm-hmm. That sounds arousing.
Yeah, so then she shows him her tits.
Mm-hmm.
Show me your tits, my dear.
Tits or GTFO.
Yep. And then we basically, like, see her late at night being like, oh, yeah, I heard a noise on the Skype call. And he's like, oh, yeah? Well, why don't you take me around to go see it? So, like, she goes to check it out. And she's like, no, there's nothing over here. Anyways, whatever, goes back to her room and, like, they continue talking. And then, like, some little boy is just, like, in the cut, runs in, runs out again, and slams the door. And it's like, holy fucking shit, this little boy is terrifying.
Creepy ghost stuff doesn't really bother me anymore now that there's a whole internet culture dedicated to making GIFs of that.
Right. But this was coming out, like, around the same kind of time as, I want to say, Paranormal Activity 2?
Okay.
Sometime around that.
Yeah, 2012.
Yeah. But, maybe even first Paranormal Activity. But, yeah, it was one of the forerunners, you know? So, basically, like, next day comes around and she's like, oh, yeah, the bump is, like, getting worse and everything. So, she starts to, like, tunnel into her arm.
Yeah.
And, like, that's when it gets really fucking, like, gross. Because, like, she's digging around in there with a fucking, like, meat skewer.
Well, she's bringing in the meat fork.
Yeah, but, like, she was poking at it with, like, a scalpel or something. And Guy's like, no, don't do that! Stop that! And it's like, I'm gonna check it out when I come over there. Just don't fucking do that. That's fucking dangerous. And he's right, honestly. But he's also wrong at the same time. We're gonna get to that in a sec, because, like, that's kind of the whole twist of it. Which is kind of obvious where it's going, but at the same time not.
No, this was no way obvious, dude.
Well, it's kind of easy to tell that, like, he's not on the up and up.
Yeah, but she goes to hunt the ghost.
Yeah, she ends up, like, grabbing, like, a pair of scissors that night and, like, looking around.
I will fight the ghost with the scissors.
Yes. Which we got some scissoring before.
Hey.
One of the later, one of the previous videos. But she ends up going around with the scissors. She doesn't find anything. And then she ends up basically going back. I think this is the one where she ends up, like, just, like, going back, and then there was, like, the next one. No, this is when she's flashing with the camera. She's, like, flashing around the camera, and then she sees, like, the little boy again, and then she runs back into her room and shuts off the camera. It's easy to tell that he's not on the up and up, because he says that he's not recording.
But he is.
When it's obvious, because, like, the whole thing's being recorded.
Well, the fact that we have it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's on a VHS, so it's like, how the fuck is he getting this, like, fucking Skype call on fucking VHS tape?
It's kind of weird how stable the Skype call is.
Yeah, right?
For fucking Skype.
Well, there was little glitches every now and again. Like, we didn't see entire, like...
Nowhere near as many as a normal Skype call would have.
Yeah, especially back in this day and age. Fuck, man. Skype was bad.
So she has the idea, I'm going to go hunt the ghost, but I'm going to keep my eyes closed so I won't run away so I can talk to the ghost. Mm-hmm. And then it doesn't go well. And he leaves the room he's in to the room she's in and starts cutting her open and putting stuff in her.
Yeah. She, basically how this happens is, like, she's kind of, like, looking around the... Well, like, no, she shuts her eyes and she goes to him, like, yeah, tell me if you see anything when I look around my house. Eventually she finds, like, a little girl and a kid, and a little boy. And she ends up, like, getting just KO'd the second she sees them proper. Well, like, the second she points the camera. She gets knocked out, and then he leaves his room and just shows up right over there in her house, cuts her open, and is, like, talking to the ghosts and being like, hey, this thing's human or whatever, and then, like, takes this, like, fetus out of her, and then he's like, what about the tracker in her arm, blah, 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 and it's like, how much longer is this going to go on for, and they're making noises, like, like, weird shit.
Yeah, I can make it look like an accident. I just need to break a few bones.
Yeah. which, like, it just cuts off basically right there.
And
that's
then
the next
she's looking
morning.
much worse for Rare.
Yeah,
talking-
she's got like a black eye and like a
Talking
fucking...
about a doctor she went to that
cast.
he recommended.
Yeah.
And then we get essentially a rehash of the first scene.
Yeah, sort
Oh,
of.
she thinks she's crazy. A rehash of the first scene with
Yeah.
another woman.
Yeah, like just completely new girl saying the exact same sort of things as
Yeah.
other girl was. And like, down to like showing him
Her tits.
and everything. Yeah. And then that's the end of that one.
We get the most interesting part of the in-house bit.
With the old man just being like back again, I think.
And then chases a guy into the basement and presumably eats him.
Yeah. Oh no, old man was gone.
Dude,
The guy that was sitting there too.
dude, stop fucking poking me.
I'm not poking you.
Felt something touch me, dude.
What the fuck? I'm not poking you, bro.
I'll let it go this time, but
Okay.
I'm fucking watching you, dude.
Alright, man.
Keeping a fucking eye on you, man.
Okay, cool. But,
Anyway, old guy.
yeah, old guy's like gone, so is guy that was watching that tape. And porn stash guy from the beginning, like probably like the leader of the group, comes in and is like, "Hey bros, where are you guys? Where the fuck's going on?" And he like leaves the room and he sees like his buddy just decapitated. And he's laughing his ass off. He's like, "Oh, come on, bro. That's a good one, guy." And then he sees the fucking head flying next to him, and it's the old man just tossed it in. And then he gets chased down to the basement. Because, of course, he would run to the fucking basement, right?
No, I'd run as far away from the basement as I could.
But he gets chased to the basement, gets killed. Then we see the old man kind of like walk into frame from into the living room where the TVs are. And then we get the last tape right there.
Because, I just killed these fools, so it's time to watch a movie.
Yeah, it's time for a good one. This one's a real treat, guys. I hope you have fun with this one. But yeah, Pepsi Man! Yeah, this one's a bunch... it is kind of like Pepsi Man, where it pops up, and it's like... Wait, dude, did you fucking... Holy fucking shit, I swear I just felt some fucking breath on the back of my neck. Holy
Dude.
fucking shit.
My hands are right here.
No, but I felt like a fucking breath on the back of my fucking neck. That was fucking weird.
Dude, I'm right beside you. You would have... My chair's loud as fuck. You would have heard me get up.
That's fucking weird. Oh, yeah,
See?
that's fucking creepy.
Well, it's not that loud, but... Well, it's not picking up my mic, but you hear the wheels, right?
Yeah, I got you. Okay. So yeah, this one's about a bunch of buddies that go to, like, they go out for Halloween. At the beginning of it, it's like showing some barbecue. And they're like, all chumming around, you know, they're using, like, paper plates to, like, flip the hot dogs.
Because
and
they
burgers
forgot
and shit.
spatulas.
Yeah. These guys are probably, like, the only ones that are kind of, like, charming. And
Okay.
you could, like, really, like...
They're a little
get
annoying
behind.
at first, but it goes on. They prove themselves to be likable.
Oh yeah, seriously, they're like the most human characters in like this whole film, really. So they end up basically going out for a costume party. One's dressed up as an army guy, one's dressed up as a pirate, and the other's dressed up as a monkey.
And one's barely in a costume.
One looks, and then the fourth guy looks like the fucker right in the pussy guy. I don't know if he's supposed to be a ninja or what the fuck, but he's just wearing like, he's wearing a sweater, he's wearing a sweater, some weird black belt.
He's wearing a gray
and glasses.
He's wearing a hoodie, sweatpants, and a shirt poking out under the hoodie. And
it looks like a black belt. It looks like a weird black belt.
I think it's some kind of lame ninja attempt without even covering his mouth.
Yeah, but he just comes off.
But they go into a house. They go into the house for a party.
Yeah.
But no one's there.
Yeah. So they just go in there, they're walking around.
Looking around, laughing and
shit.
shit.
It's like, oh, there's some normal stuff going. This place is pretty weird. Burp, 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 burp. It's like, oh, look, a chair's knocked over. I guess there was a struggle, lol. Like, they're just fucking, they're like no-selling this entire fucking place. They're like hardy fucking. What was that?
What was what?
Like, I swear I just heard, like, some weird, like, crinkle from the back of me. Yeah, there it goes again. What the fuck is that?
I don't hear anything good.
Sounds like fuck... What the fuck is that?
Okay, technical difficulties, guys. Should I
I don't
keep?
see anything here, man.
Should I go on with the movie?
Yeah, I guess so.
Remind me to edit this bit out.
What the fuck?
That one I heard.
Shit. Okay, your house is fucking haunted, bro.
It's just the house settling, man. It's normal.
I'm unsettled. My jimmies are rustled. So, back to this haunted house right here. So, they end up, like, checking the whole place out. Guy sees a girl ghost on the steps.
Yeah.
And then she kind of just, like, fades out into the shadows of the staircase. And then they end up going up there. And there's nothing really in any of these rooms. He ends up just, like, checking out one room by himself. What was that?
You burping?
That wasn't a burp. I didn't burp. Okay, whatever.
Okay, dude, you don't have to lie that you burped. It's not.
I did not burp.
We're not in fucking polite society right
burp.
now, man.
I would have said, "Excuse me if I burped." I did not burp. Okay, this is
fine. You wanna pretend you don't have gals like everyone else? No fucking skin off my nose.
Dude, I did not make that sound.
Fair enough. Let's just keep going.
Okay, well, they go upstairs. One guy checks out this one room.
Yeah.
And, like, he's completely alone. They go, like, as soon as he's leaving, he sees, like, his weird fucker right in the pussy guy.
Yeah.
Friend come in. And he's like, oh, hey, bro, like, what's going on? He freaks him out. And he's like, oh, hey, let's go, like, scare the shit out of these guys. So, like, they go up to Army Guy and Pirate Dude. And, like, scares the shit out of them. And, like, Pirate Guy just pulls out his sword and starts whacking him. And, like, it's kind of chummy. It's cool. And then they're like, they start hearing stuff from upstairs. And they're like, hey, what's going on up there? Like, it sounds like there's, like, a even further, like, a further level, you know? Like, there's, like, a higher level
Hey,
upstairs.
maybe everyone's partying upstairs. Let's go join them.
Yeah, let's go check out the attic. So they go to the bathroom. And there's apparently, like, a little door in the bathroom that goes up to the attic. Like a little staircase. And what are you looking at?
Nothing. It's just normally at this time, Coquette's meowing and shit and disrupting the recording.
Yeah, I wonder where she's at. Anyway.
I didn't let her out.
Yeah. So
that's actually kind of unnerving. It's like, when a baby is not crying. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of unsettling. Like you should be hearing a tea kettle after like a half hour or so, but it's not.
Well, for me, that's usually just because I forget to turn on the burner.
Yeah. But anyways, so they end up going upstairs and they hear like voices from up in the attic, and they go up there and they see like 4 guys. And, like, one of them has a knife, and there's this girl. She's, like, tied up, and she's, like, screaming. It's like, what are they all doing? They're, like, they get hit by this train, and then it just, like, comes right in. And Merrick. Ah!
What's up, Ja, because you're on eat ja, ik is nog maar weer spits als je even van nou. Shit, first one. So, this area. It was everyone's